I don't know because the Switch was selling like hotcakes, right? Is this
Hmm.
gonna sell the same way? I don't know.
Yeah, is everybody? I did see the interesting comparison where it's like NES and SNES, like for the time, was relatively the same money. Although I don't know if that's
They're all like,
it doesn't feel true.
well, it's not because the buying power is severely different.
Hmm.
Like, if like your leftover cash is not the same as it is
Yeah,
40 years ago, right? It just isn't. So I don't
it
know.
doesn't feel right that way. I don't know. Let's see. Where's the Minecraft one there? Boom.
Good old
I don't think
Minecraft.
we'll need to show it, but gotta love it. All right, we are up on all the systems. We can get this show started because we are live. Kids acting up, kids losing game time. Find the right punishment for the kid crime. Having older kids can come with some back talkie. You may need to toss them like a Minecraft chicken jockey. This
Hey,
this is New Dad Gaming, rhyming talkie with jockey since 1995.
it works.
Can't all be winners, man. Sometimes it just got to be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, the adult beverages are poured. The kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Each week, we try to show that just because you became a dad,
Does not mean it's game over.
although it's doesn't seem to be getting any easier as far as
No.
as far as our docket is concerned. Sorry, I will push that back a bit. It's a lot easier than babies. Like you can
Yes.
sleep through the night. They can feed themselves a little bit. It is definitely easier.
Yes.
I hate when parents do that. It's like it never gets easier. It absolutely is. It is so much easier. The new challenges that arise are certainly are interesting. Let's praise it in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. They're just getting. It's not like they're adapting, but it's like, like the problems are just different and a little bit like layered
They're
versus
growing. They're growing stronger.
they are. They know our tricks.
They've slowly started to unpack us and
Yeah,
expose us for who we are.
that's right.
Uh, Now, so this all comes about. So both of our households in this past time has had some kid issues, call it that way, just some pushback and some sort of things that had cropped up. So that's where we kind of kick off the show with. And yours seems to be routed in a Minecraft movie specifically.
Yeah. So this is it has nothing to do with the controversy right now with Minecraft and people being riled up in the theaters yet. But I will
Yet.
start off. Yeah, it kind of goes there a little bit. But I will say my oldest, so my 14-year-old, um, was something like so when we didn't record that one week, we had a PD day for the kids, so they
Hmm.
were off, and we had multiple emails from the teacher along the way in one of my 14-year-old's classes, like, "Hey, there's a project due. Just make sure that they know the deadline. The kids should all know the deadline. They've spent time in class working on it, and it's due on the PD day at midnight." Right? She's giving an extra day for the kids
Hmm.
to come home and work on it if they need to, right? And so my 14-year-old got this email. We've seen the email. We checked in with them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll get to it, whatever. Right.
Hmm.
So past the PD day on the Saturday,
Yep.
right? We ask, did you hand in your project? Like, did you finish it? One, and did you hand
Hmm.
it in? And they're like, the look of
Hmm.
like, oh crap.
Like what words should come out of my mouth next?
Yeah, like, do I lie here or like try to sneak away and like hand it in? Because like you can see it that they did not hand it in, and they fessed up saying, "I did not." Well, no, right? And like we
Hmm.
didn't get mad or anything. Like that's just you missed the deadline. It's gonna be late. That's the consequence, right? And the marks off, whatever, right?
Hmm.
No big deal to us, really. Like this is how you learn, right? Learn now. You're in grade 9. Learn now. So they, they go They go hand it in late, right? I can
Hmm.
hear them rustling up stairs trying to I think they're trying to finish it off, right? I don't even think it was done, right? I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
And then, like, immediately come down, right? Like, not showered or anything, not ready to go or anything, but, like, had a Discord message from their friends saying, "Hey, my friends are going to the Minecraft movie in 30 minutes.
Oh
Uh,
god.
I would like to go." Or
Mhm.
no, it wasn't even like, "I would like to go," it was like, "We need to go now," right?
Mm.
And we're like, "Oh, well, hold up, like, you just had this whole homework thing, like, did that happen? Like, is your project in or whatever? Because we kinda heard you
Mhm.
upstairs run around." And they're like, "Well, like, not yet." I'm like,
The fact that the first word out of your mouth is "well,"
"Yeah."
that's a bad start. Like, there's
Right?
nothing that "well, absolutely," in fact. Like,
Exactly.
like, that is the
So
beginning of the end as far as the sentence. I don't need to know anything
yeah,
else.
right? Like, you just played your hand, right? Like, no, okay, now now I know the score, I know what's going on. So, they didn't hand it in, like, they didn't have it done. They wanted to go to this movie because their friends were going to the movie,
Mhm.
and it was just like, "Well no." Right?
Yeah.
Like, 1, it's like, in 30 minutes, that's
Mm.
ridiculous. You can't even get to the theater in that amount of time. You're not showered, you're not ready to go. And 2, we've had this whole homework thing. We don't like giving a consequence that doesn't, like, associate right with, what's happening. But,
Yeah.
like, that was, like, immediate. Like, "No, no, no, you didn't take care of your responsibilities, so we can't help you out with this other thing." Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, that's
Yeah.
you need to
It
kinda take care of your stuff.
it's a tough call too, because like, you feel it as a parent. It's like, "Ah, like, that would be cool. I like that you're hanging out with friends. This is all a lot of things that I enjoy, but I have gotta stick to the guns like, our guns here, because, like, if we just, like, let you off the hook here, then what? Just don't never do homework again," I guess is
Yeah.
the message.
Yeah, and, like, I okay, so second part to that kinda aligns with what you just
Follow-up.
said, right? They would miss the Minecraft movie with their friends, but I planned on, like, "Hey, if he gets it all handed in and stuff, I'll take them," right? And his, younger sibling out to the Minecraft movie, right? They
Mm.
really wanted to see it, it was opening weekend. I will endure that for them and maybe even, like, start to give them a little bit more freedom where the 14-year-old can take care of their younger sibling and kinda, like, drop them and leave them and see how they do in the theater, right? Like,
Mhm.
that to me was like, "Hey, this could be a good, like, responsibility
Yeah,
thing."
yeah.
They come down in a mood.
Oh,
Like
the fix.
like a mood. Like,
Oh my goodness.
not going over they don't know that I've kind of, like, worked this out with, like, my wife, and we're gonna plan on doing a Minecraft movie just with us, right?
Mhm.
But they are so crabby about missing it. Well, granted, for sure. They had just finished up their project and handed it in, but they were just not having it. They were, like,
Mhm.
cranky and, like, talking back in, like, a sassy way to us, right? And it's just like, "You know
Yeah.
what? This was gonna like I said it, like, this was gonna happen. You kind of ruined it. I don't wanna do that now." Like, you didn't have to come down in, like, the mood that you're in. You can absolutely be frustrated, but, like, can't take it out on people, man. Like
Man, that's been a line we've been saying recently where it's like you you can feel you're allowed to feel upset, right? You can be angry,
Yeah,
sad
yeah,
like that, absolutely fine. You cannot act in that space though, right? Like
right.
it's one thing to be angry, but it's another thing to like stomp around and like break something or say something you're going to regret.
Yeah,
So it's like I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you like don't be angry. It's like
right.
no, no, that's fine. Just feel that, go through it.
Yeah,
But you are not coming downstairs and just, like, wreaking hot havoc on the entire family because that's how you're feeling.
exactly, right? So that's kinda what went down, and it sucked, like, holding him to that standard where it's like, "Oh, like, I really wanted to
Yeah.
do that. That would've been a fun time and whatever," right? And that's kinda ruined now. I guess the tail end of the story, the silver lining of it, was, like, he did take a couple hours in his room to cool down, like, not, like, self-imposed. We didn't say, "Go to
Mhm.
your room." We just he was up there, he came down on his own volition and said, "You know what? I screwed up. I shouldn't have
Hmm.
done all that. I realized what I did. I should have just, like, taken care of stuff, and to come down here all cranky was, like, not right, and I'm sorry," right? And we're like, "Thank you." Like, perfect, right?
Mhm.
It is too late to go to the Minecraft movie at this point, but
In case I was a Hail Mary, to
yeah,
be clear.
and
It's
it
still
didn't seem to be like, trying to manipulate us to go, but it
Yeah.
was just like, "You know what? Okay, thank you for saying that. We'll make plans to go another time." Right? So, it ended up in good spot. It was just like one of those things like, "Oh, man, come on." Like, now I'm upset because we can't go to do a thing that I thought would be fun and
This
looking
is
forward to
affecting me
popcorn.
now. Damn.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm cranky.
Yeah. Now you're in a mood. Your wife
Yeah,
gets you in trouble, grounds you for a week.
that's
No,
right.
no beer for you. Damn.
Yeah, so
That yeah, so that is incredibly similar to what we had on our side because so unfortunately what happened is some bad marks showed up.
mm,
So this is something that, we've been very clear about with the kids around. We had increased game time in so much as they could now play during the week. This was initially it's because they're coming home, they're doing their homework, they're doing what they needed to do, and then they would watch TV.
right, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, well, if they're just like they're already, and that's fine because it's like it's an unwinding thing. Like they're getting their reading in, they're doing their homework, everything's going fine. They're playing with friends, so they would unwind with some TV, and it's like, man, by the time you already are watching TV, you may as well just play a game because that's what you like to do instead. So
Yeah.
fine, and also that way too, it just means Saturday Sunday was the only gaming time. So if we wanted to like go to a Sugar Shack or something on a Saturday, like they'd throw a fit because it's like, oh, that's our only gaming time, like it's like on the
Right.
weekend. So we're trying to alleviate that a bit. Been working a peach so far. Not that
Okay, good, but
so,
I hear a but.
however, yeah, well,
Yeah.
but he had a bad test. Like he and didn't tell us. We didn't notice that it was coming. He didn't study for it,
Hmm,
and then he had bad marks. And just specifically like like below where we had said like you've got to get at least this, right? Like I think I better mention this before. They're on a 1 to 4 system. What did
right.
you have when you were going through school? I had like in the lesser grades, I had like E was the best, G like
Yeah.
E was excellent, G was good, S might have been like satisfactory
Yeah,
or
I
something like. Did you have the similar
seen
one?
I think I had that, like, grade I wanna say grade 5 and below was that,
Yeah,
and then they started getting into, like, actual numbers out of 100,
yeah.
which was scary, but, yeah, it was that kinda, like, ranking.
Okay, because that all right. Because now for them it's different. It's just numbers, so it's 1 through 4.
Right, okay.
And it's like fine, but generally speaking, as best as I can ever see from all of my schooling is like if you show up and you listen and you're not disrespectful and you do your homework and like that alone almost gets you like a 3,
Right,
basically,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Because by the time you've listened and you've done your homework, like you can get a
Mhm.
decent mark on a test. So like our baseline for them is like you got to get threes.
Right,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Like twos is two just to us is like you didn't try. Like this isn't hard enough now that like you were legitimately challenged. It's like you should be able to get threes. Anyway, so he came back with twos. I think he even had a 1. Just
Mhm.
unacceptable. So just like, all
Yeah.
right, it's like you are not allowed to play game for 2 weeks.
It's
Two
like an
week.
eternity.
It is so long. Like I'm a horrible dad. No, man, upset. Clearly not happy. I will say that much what I found more interesting, and I don't know if it's because how we're describing it to them. Because the same time, like the way we presented to them, it's like, what have we said about this with
Mm,
these games? Is that like it is your responsibility to meet the bar that we decided upon? And did you study for this? No. Like, did you do this? No. So he like self-admitted he could see it's like, oh, I messed up.
yeah, yeah.
So he's upset and it sucks to lose games, of course, but he's not upset that like this is unfair. It's more just like, ah, damn it.
Yeah.
And so what I found interesting is, so I don't know if it's new wave parenting in the sense that the way that you explained it to them as well was not, you explained it to them was not this because I said so. It was more like we set up boundaries. You went beyond boundaries. It
Yeah.
wasn't great. So here it is. But he was very accepting of it, right? But after being upset, it was just sort of one of those. He's walking around. He's clearly not happy, but it's like, yeah, I messed up. I got to study. I can't get bad marks, so this is going to be a long 2 weeks. And there was just this again, like, not that he's like, "Yay, no games," but it's just at least it was this almost maturity around it. It's like, yeah, do the crime, do the time.
Yeah, I think that's what at least this generation of parenting is trying to change. Because I
Mm.
remember as a kid that your consequence would be like a surprise, right? Like you
And what's behind door number 3?
right? Like if they didn't threaten Santa not bringing presents, they threatened whatever else
Mm.
like brought you happiness, right? And it was always like, what can I take away from you to make you
Mhm.
feel something, right? And I think we're trying to change that where it's just like, hey, this is the deal. So you understand,
Mm.
and we're all agreeing it to it that if you don't keep up with your school, you don't get the games. You don't get the opportunity to play the games because like they go
Mhm.
hand in hand. If you can show us that you're responsible enough to balance both, have at it. That's
Great.
great. You build on that, you get more of it, right? Like you're showing maturity. That's great. And starting young and building up like that, I think it sets a great tone instead of just like, surprise, you don't get your bike this summer, right? Like, what?
You don't get your bike this summer.
Like,
You
it's
don't
just,
get to sleep on a bed this
yeah,
month.
yeah, like, no electricity in your room. I don't know.
Oh
Like,
my lord. Yeah, no heat in your room.
it's
Open window.
just, I don't know about your childhood, but my childhood was just like, yeah, no, just random surprise. Like, what? Like,
Yeah, like it try to think so I played hockey and so they wouldn't take away sports
because they
because
paid
they
for it.
well, that's the thing is
Like,
like they paid a
no.
lot for that. And it's all and
Yeah.
that also punishes other people because if it's
Yeah,
like a
that's true.
game and now you're short, so it's just not like, well, you
Yeah.
can't punish the team for
Right.
this transgression type of thing. But yeah, video games, like no like treats, or if there was like some like you're gonna go out and do something, like can't do that anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, this is sort of the wheel of misfortune, basically.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And instead, it's like, all right, you can do this, but like not you are granted this benefit only if you are responsible.
Yes.
And then when
Yeah.
they're not responsible, it's like, what do you want me to do? Like you just had to get threes, and everything would have been hunky dory. Like my hands are almost tied. Hey, listen,
Yeah.
I'm on your side. I'm as upset as you that you
Right.
don't get games, but like here we are.
Yeah. Yeah. You're now upsetting me and I'm cranky. And now I feel like I don't know, get to play Fortnite with you or whatever, right? Like it's just like, come on.
Hmm.
This is good.
Oh man. So hey, gaming dads, have you had some particular successes with punishments? Have you had some better stories about like trying to take video games away and not succeeding? Reach out to us at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. Now that's the Minecraft thing. Did that lead into a birthday fiasco that you might have had to deal with?
Yeah. So I was gonna set the stage a little bit differently where you're like, okay, it's for my 12-year-old's birthday party. This is kind of so in our family, we've kind of said 12 is like the end of parties, right? So,
Mm,
like, renting out a not a play place, but, like,
yeah, yeah.
renting out an arcade room or whatever
Going
after
bowling to the bowling alley type of thing.
yeah, right, where you're renting a space, so
Hmm.
we kinda wanted to go all out for it. We usually do, like, 12 is the big thing, and then onward from that, like, you invite, like, a friend or 2, go see a movie, like, randomly, right? Like, that's your birthday
Mm,
from then on, like, that kinda makes more sense. So this one, we're like, "Okay, what do you wanna do?" And of course, my 11-year-old, now 12-year-old is completely indecisive. Like, just no decisions. We'll actually ask Google to flip a coin, which I didn't think you could do, but you can ask it to,
oh,
and it will make decisions for you.
there you go.
So, they use that. Anyway, they landed on, like, "Hey, the Minecraft movie is coming out around my birthday." They knew that Jude screwed up or, like, my 14-year-old screwed up, previously, so they're like, "Oh, can we can we go see that?" Like, with some friends, right?
Hmm.
So, uh, said yes, we'd rent out there's this, like, little town like, little, like, tiny theater, it's not a Cineplex, it's not a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
name
yeah.
thing, but it's, like, a cheaper theater, right? That we could rent out a private room for about 10 kids, right? So we're like, you know what? It's like a couple $100. You get the movie, you get a private room. This movie is probably like pretty intense with chicken jockey stuff, right? So let's do it up, get it over with kind of thing. And at least we keep the kids all contained, right? Booking a birthday party like this is supposed to be easier as you get older, I
Oh
would
yeah,
think.
supposed to.
So not only like was my 11 now 12-year-old kind of fighting on like the decisions of like who to invite and when to have it and all this stuff and like time's a ticking. The venue itself, it's like I
Hmm.
want to hand them money. Like I want to have this, please.
Please take my money.
Right? And they're like, "Yeah, absolutely." And then crickets. Like, they didn't confirm numbers, they didn't confirm the date. I have to get back to parents. I'm like, "I don't know when it's happening."
Like, I'm not sure which room it is. Like, it,
Nothing, right? So bad that I had like I'm leaving emails and calling them, and I'm feeling like a Looney Tune just, like, trying to get a hold of them, trying to give them my money,
yeah.
and where I had to physically go there and, like, track someone down, like, on, like, a Friday morning.
Where's Daryl? Give me
Right?
Daryl.
Yeah, so it was hard enough to try and get them to commit to it, and then, the venue not just really supporting it, so much so that the day of, when the party, like, was kinda semi-confirmed, I didn't know if they'd actually have the room. Like,
Wow.
there was no communication to the point of when we're recording this show. Everything went over well, they
Hmm.
eventually they got in there, but I haven't received a bill from them. Like, this is the kind of place.
It's like, yeah, you need to. Sounds like you need to go there again next year. This is great.
Right?
For your
Well, then it might
birthday.
be double because they're like, "Hey, you have a late fee on here." Like,
Yeah, years worth of interest. It's a
yeah,
$1,000 birthday party at this point.
yeah, so, like, it eventually went over, like, the room was great, the kids had fun. I will say the Minecraft, like, craziness that happens in the movie theater, we
Mm.
did have to tell one kid, "Don't throw popcorn," 'cause they
And
saw it on YouTube and
oh,
they threw popcorn.
I yeah. Could are you up on it? Like I've only I've heard that it's around a chicky jockey scene, and
Yeah,
thus the poem at the beginning of the show, and it's just people going buck wild. And but
buck wild.
I have zero other context. Is it just people have collectively decided to trash movie theaters and one scene? Like what happens?
Um, it must be like a viral thing that the kids have all seen on YouTube because there's nothing there to indicate that why would you like try to trash the theater at that point? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and I don't know what the significance of a chicken jockey is. This is where we show our age. I'm like, I don't know what that means. But the kids will all yell at it, and I think just the energy of yelling at it may just they throw their popcorn up or whatever they do. But there is a lot of yelling at that point. And it's everywhere, right? Like even the news is reporting on it and stuff. It's
Yeah.
just it's its own thing right now. So
Like,
I don't
I'm
know.
trying to watch a video. So one is like somebody putting their feet, another is man, it's like 100 kids just like throwing popcorn up in the air. You just tell they've never worked at a theater before. It's just like that's so upsetting. It's just like okay, we
Yeah.
got someone else throwing toilet paper.
Yeah, I think it's kind of exploded out of what now can I do for clout, right? I think somebody brought in a live chicken. I think that was one of the
Yeah.
stories. But besides that point, I will recommend if you are doing it, go on like an off day. Do not go on a Friday night because this thing is still flying, like it's still packed. We would go off an off day if you can rent out at like a little private theater and it's not like a fortune. Absolutely, because the kids talk throughout the entire thing. They
Yeah.
every single reference, they're talking about it, they're missing stuff. I don't even want to watch the movie, but I'm like, hey, I kind of want to know what's going on. Like,
That's it, like, I'm here, I've paid the money, like, just
right.
like, let me watch this thing.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Honestly, I don't know if it's just I was listening to the kids or trying to like rein them in, but oh my god, yeah, what we're watching on screen is like terrible. Like that is chaos. And those are older teenagers, I think.
Oh, wow, they took and in this particular case, looks like they turned on the lights, so I think they might have just got kicked out of the theater, like, the whole movie
Yeah.
theater
Yeah, like
did not
it
seem to be enjoying this.
no, and I think one thing that the theaters could do, I know that they don't want to, but if they just don't sell concessions, they won't have much of
No.
like I know that's
That
their
sucks, man,
lifeblood.
come on.
I
Come
know,
on,
but
don't
like
put that in the universe, what's up?
otherwise, they're just gonna kick people out. I'm like, "Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Kids have been through a lot though, man. I don't know. There's been a pandemic." It's just
I'll say that, like, I'll say this, like, it looks fun, like, I get it. The scene looks hilarious, like, that scene comes up, and it's I God, you know what? This is this generation's Rocky Horror Picture Show.
yeah, it could be, right? Like, oh,
Because
well,
I
like
know we're too young to have experienced it, but apparently, like, there's a whole bunch of scenes in that movie where they scream stuff and they throw things and like look anybody listening, if you don't know what to, like look it up. Like Rocky Horror Picture Show like theater experience. And there's just like a whole series of things you're supposed to do. And it becomes
Mm.
this communal. So this is this generation's which is a perfect summation because where that was about sex, drugs, and rock and roll,
Yeah.
this is a video game movie starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa. It's like it's how far we've fallen, Jeff. Like we're so uncool now.
Yeah, like, what's funny too about that is, like, some of the kids, at one scene yelled "nerd," to Jason Momoa's character who owns, like, this old arcade that's failing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, You're in a Minecraft movie." It's like it's completely lost on them,
Yeah.
like, nerd means a totally different thing, and, like, mm.
You and so yeah, so firstly, you're on Friday night, you're at a Minecraft movie. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
secondly, you're talking about Aquaman. Have you
Right.
seen this? Have you seen this man? Like,
Yes, right?
he's like three of you, and then
Yeah.
like a golden Adonis as far as he looks like, and you're gonna call this guy a nerd? Bold choice, bold
Yeah, like,
choice, sir.
that's a lot, right?
Oh man,
Uh-huh.
uh, I I don't know what to tell you. I don't like to ruin their fun because that just looks hilarious. That also like looks fun. The problem is it's almost like that dad mode where it's like, oh, someone's gonna have to clean this up. Whoa.
Exactly,
You
exactly.
understand how hard it is to vacuum popcorn? Brr, it gets all over.
Yeah. Well, again, I told my oldest, I'm like, "You need to get, like, a job soon, so this could be you in here, like,
Yeah.
cleaning up popcorn, that's not fun."
They should really just like you can't give it to everybody, but the theater guy just sitting there with like brooms, like, all right, everybody, we're stopping the movie until you clean this up. We ain't
Yeah.
doing this. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
exactly, right? Pick up
don't
your
want to ruin their
stuff.
fun, but good on them. Now, so last little bit of relay, like to wrap up the show. Also, birthday fiasco on my end.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
my kid's birthday is not for a couple months,
Yeah,
but
right, okay. Yeah.
right, but he very softly suggested to me, like it's like, oh, me and my brother here, we've been working on this Nerf gun game. We got this like cool idea for a Nerf gun game, and I really want to do it for my birthday,
Right.
but I want to make sure it's good. So can I have a couple guys over to practice this Nerf gun game? And it's like, okay, reasonable request. And it's a Friday. Like, I'd love when you hang out with your buddies, so it's not gonna be a big problem. So you know what? Okay, we'll get a couple of kids over. Not a problem. Now, this part's on me.
Uh-oh.
My assumption was this is like on a Thursday. I started to message parents to hang
Right.
out the next day, right? Come drop your kid off.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't think a lot of kids will show up because it's like who like a day's notice,
Yeah.
like for a hangout after school, like like, so why don't I invite like six with the expectation of getting two or three?
Okay, right, yeah, like a buffer, right? Like, yeah,
Yeah,
just
because
give me
because a whole bunch will say no, and this way we'll make sure. So I'll just cover the gambit because no one's gonna like reply to me immediately. That's great. So
right.
when five damn kids show up the next day, five
Uh-oh.
blasted kids arrive. It's like, well, this is on. Damn it.
Yeah.
So what proceeds to happen is five kids plus my two, so seven,
Right.
seven under 9-year-olds stomping around the house with dart guns, like just Nerf guns all over the place, doing some like video games, like playing fan, show favorite Boomerang Fu.
Oh, perfect, right.
Does not lose its quality, that game. Just a
Yeah.
quick shout out. Yeah, so seven, Jeff, seven stomping around. And what I get them for, well, I got to feed these guys. So I guess like pizza. So seven kids, video games,
You're
Nerf guns,
you
pizza. It's a birthday, Jeff. He had a damn birthday before his birthday.
you're like, "Well, I can't let them leave without something." You have, like, the granola bars, I'm like, "This is a loot bag. This is
It's
all."
like, I'll just I got some leftover Halloween candy. I'll just put this in. There you go. There you go, Junior. Take some toys. I need to get rid of these.
Who wants some deep and delicious cake?
Ah,
This is a cake. What do we
right. I'll say that the kids were great. Like they're all the good kids. Like we're super happy with them, and it was fun. they mostly kept to themselves. Like I will say, like, this kind of counter to yours. Like birthdays here, in some ways, are kind of easier because we have stopped going to. We've kind of stopped going to places because ultimately they just get together and they just like bounce off each other and they have a fantastic time. So it's like, all right, like we have a pool, we have a big field across from our street where they can do Nerf guns and like drones, and they can do soccer and all these, and they all love soccer. So it's like, why are we
Right.
going anywhere? Like, why am I going to pay for like $1,000 for a jumping place or some nonsense, or talk to a theater who doesn't want to take my money
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you? And just like have them here.
Yeah.
So, anyways, kid pulled it off. It's just like, hey, maybe we could just have a couple guys over to practice a birthday, you know, resulting in a birthday party, which I should have seen coming a mile away. And
No,
then
that's a
I'm just sitting there waiting for the pizza to arrive as the 7 of them are shooting each other's eyes out with like Nerf guns. It's like, yeah, well played. I'm an idiot. What do you want?
was that when the realization like hit you? You're like, wait, this is a
Wait
birthday. This is not like a dress rehearsal. Like this is a birthday. What are we doing?
It honestly was with the as they were um as I was getting the messages from the parents, because I cannot describe to you how confident I was I'd get two. But
Right.
it's just like ping. I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's come ping. Oh, this guy's two ping. This guy ping. It's like, oh no, oh no, there's too many. Oh,
They have a group chat. They're like, oh wait, Trevor's the one this week, so we're all gonna go out and
yeah,
drink.
yeah. It's
Drop off your kids.
hey, he didn't invite this one. Just bring him. Just like
Yeah.
he's not gonna care. He's not gonna notice. He's not gonna do a head count. But it was all in good
Amazing.
fun. So what can I tell you? And that thus is the adventure of dadding, and that's what we try to cover on the show
Yeah.
each week. Hey everybody, we'll wrap it up there for the week. Thank you so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you like the show, what really does help us out is a subscription and a like or review. So doing that on any of the major platforms really helps broadcast the show to other gaming dads. Speaking of the show, if you do want to subscribe, you can find us on all the major platforms. So Google, Spotify, iTunes, Caster, anywhere where you get your podcasts, just search for New Dad Gaming. Same thing as our website, newdadgaming.com. If you have surprise birthday stories or sneaky birthday stories, did you experience Minecraft popcorn in the flesh? We'd love to hear them. Always like to get the interaction with gaming dads. Best part of running the show. Again, newdadgaming.com or at newdadgaming across all the socials. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. Until next week, my name is Trevor, and I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old, and no chicken jockeys
That you know of.
that I know of. Right.
There's some scuttering upstairs, like, wait a minute.
Wouldn't be shocked.
Yes, sir. Remember, everybody, just because you became a dad
Does not mean it's game over.
All right. See you next week.
See you later.